Level 1. The Broken Triangle. 3 of the best attackers on the planet. Exposed. That's coming later, but first, we've been here before. Manchester United. Young attackers. Massive price tags. The weight of the shirt crushing them before they've even learned each other's movements. Sports psychologists call it performance anxiety under institutional pressure. The cognitive load of 75,000 expectant fans. Every touch dissected by millions. Every misplaced pass becomes a meme within seconds. The mental bandwidth required to build chemistry while simultaneously managing that psychological burden? Almost impossible. Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund and Antony. Antony, £82 million from Ajax. Højlund, £64 million from Atalanta. Garnacho, academy graduate with generational confidence. 3 young talents in one of football's most unforgiving environments. On paper, complementary profiles. Antony's creativity right, Garnacho's directness left. Højlund's movement through the center. 3 different skill sets that should have developed into something dangerous. In practice, Højlund making runs nobody found. Garnacho cutting inside instead of delivering. Antony attempting tricks that died in traffic. Think about what a functional attacking trio actually requires. Timing, anticipation, trust. The understanding that your movement creates space for someone else's finish. That intuitive connection demands mental clarity. Players operating without fear, reading each other instinctively. United's environment offered the opposite. Managerial instability, tactical shifts every few months. A fanbase and media ready to criticize at the first sign of struggle. The psychological safety net that allows young attackers to fail, learn, and develop? It wasn't there. The performance data told the story. The quality of the decisions collapsed as matches progressed. Lack of confidence, or in some cases, delusional belief in it, instead of keeping things simple, affected their play. The fearless attackers who'd thrived elsewhere, both before and after, they became bleak versions of themselves in that red shirt. Watch Højlund's body language across his first season. The runs kept coming, the service didn't. A striker who makes intelligent movements that nobody rewards? He eventually stops making them. Not laziness, learned helplessness. Then came Napoli. Same player, stable environment, different partners. The talent was real. The triangle was broken. Some trios never connect. The reasons for it may be hard to pinpoint, but the environment certainly didn't help them. Level 2. The underwhelming. The gap between promise and delivery. Level 2 isn't failure, it's disappointment. Trios that should have produced more given what was assembled. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexandre Lacazette, and Nicolas Pepe. Arsenal's supposed answer to Liverpool's dominance. Nearly £175 million combined. Aubameyang, Golden Boot winner at his peak. Lacazette, intelligent movement, genuine quality. Pepe, club record £72 million after terrorizing League One. The theory was compelling, the execution was underwhelming. In 2 seasons together, they started as a front 3 just 11 times. Managers couldn't even find a way to fit them in the same lineup. Pepe never found his role. Wide left didn't suit him. Wide right brought occasional moments, but no consistency. He looked like a player trying to justify his price tag rather than one expressing natural ability. Aubameyang and Lacazette wanted the same positions. Both wanted central roles. Neither willing to sacrifice for the other. The pressing was non-existent. 3 attackers who wouldn't or couldn't coordinate defensive work. The unraveling was slow, then sudden. Lacazette lost his starting spot, reduced to a bench option before leaving on a free. Pepe was loaned out, then sold for a fraction of his fee. And Aubameyang? Stripped of the captaincy after a disciplinary breach, frozen out entirely, then shipped to Barcelona in January just to get him off the wage bill. Arteta didn't just move on from this trio. He dismantled it piece by piece. Was there talent? Absolutely. Did they achieve anything that mattered? No. Level 2. Not broken, just less than advertised. Level 3. The flat track bullies. Now here's where it gets controversial. Lionel Messi, Neymar, and Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, level 3. The most expensive attacking trio ever assembled. 3 players who individually rank among the greatest of their generation. Combined wages that exceeded $800 million in a single season. And level 3. Here's why. It's not about what they achieved. It's about what they should have achieved. You assemble Messi, the greatest player most of us will ever see, fresh off a 7th Ballon d'Or. Neymar, the most expensive transfer in history, brought to PSG specifically to win the Champions League. Mbappe, World Cup winner at 19, heir apparent to both. You expect Champions League glory, not domestic titles in a one-team league, not consecutive round of 16 exits. Champions League glory. In League One? Devastating, obviously. PSG were winning the league before Messi arrived. Adding him to Neymar and Mbappe was overkill. The domestic competition was defenseless. 2 titles in 2 seasons. Messi finished as the league's top assist provider in 2022-23 with 16. Mbappe scored 28 league goals. Neymar contributed creativity that made defenders look foolish. Against Monaco, Montpellier, Lens, unstoppable. Then came the Champions League knockouts. 2021-2022. Real Madrid in the round of 16. PSG won the first leg 1-0 at the Parc des Princes. Comfortable. Then Karim Benzema scored a 17-minute hat-trick at the Bernabeu. Eliminated. 2022-2023. Bayern Munich in the round of 16. A 1-0 first leg defeat at home. Then a 2-0 loss in Munich. 3-0 on aggregate. Humiliated without scoring a single goal across both legs. 2 seasons, 2 round of 16 exits. The pattern was brutal. The problems ran deeper than results. They played together in only about a third of their potential games. Injuries kept pulling them apart. Neymar alone missed over 100 games during his PSG career. When it counted most, in March and April, one or more was always absent, out of form, or carrying the load alone. But even when all 3 were available, the defensive dysfunction was obvious. Watch the sequences from their knockout exits. Messi walking, Neymar jogging, Mbappe saving energy. 3 individual superstars on the same team. 0 collective defensive function. Luis Enrique, who later won the Champions League with PSG after all 3 had left, was blunt about why he wouldn't have taken the job with them there. You can't have a team with a front 3 like that in today's football. It doesn't work. He described what he inherited. PSG with the big 3 were a team divided in 2. 8 players on one side, 3 on the other. 8 players defending, 3 waiting to attack. That's not a team, that's a structural flaw. The ego clashes made it worse. Mbappe and Neymar's penalty dispute in August 2022. Mbappe missed, then demanded the second one. Neymar refused, took it anyway, scored, and Mbappe sulked for the rest of the match. Neymar liked tweets calling Mbappe the owner of PSG. Reports of Sergio Ramos separating them in the dressing room. The public tension. The reported rifts in training. These weren't separate from the football. They were symptoms of a trio that never truly became a unity. Neymar admitted it himself. We had a very strong team. Messi, Mbappe and I are 3 guys who are the best in the world. We knew it, but unfortunately we didn't fit in. Didn't fit in. His words, not mine. PSG reached a Champions League final before Messi arrived. With all 3 together? Round of 16 exits. The project dissolved, the stars scattered. And then PSG won the Champions League without them. The ultimate indictment. Flat track bullies. Devastating when it was easy. Toothless when it mattered. Level 4. The spark. Now we're getting somewhere. Level 4 represents trios that genuinely clicked. Real quality, real chemistry, real output. But something prevented the highest tier, brevity, circumstance, the absence of ultimate validation. The spark ignited, it just didn't burn long enough. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Marco Reus, and Henrikh Mkhitaryan. Dortmund's 2015-2016 front three. 100 goal contributions in 36 matches. 100. Before the season even finished. Mkhitaryan's transformation under Tuchel was staggering. 23 goals, 32 assists in all competitions. The previous season, he'd called a disaster. Aubameyang hit 39 goals. Reus contributed 22 despite injury disruptions. The movement synchronized. The combinations clicked. They scored 70% of Dortmund's goals that season. Tuchel had turned a team flirting with relegation the year before into the most exciting attack in Germany. Then Mkhitaryan left for United. One season, gone. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Edinson Cavani, and Angel Di Maria. PSG's 2015-2016 trio. The one that should have delivered the Champions League long before Messi ever arrived. Zlatan, 38 League One goals, a PSG single-season record that still stands. Di Maria, 18 assists, league-leading. Cavani, 19 goals, despite reluctantly being pushed wide to accommodate Ibrahimovic. Domestic dominance was total. Ligue 1 by 31 points. Coupe de France, Coupe de la Ligue. A clean sweep of every trophy France had to offer. Then came the Champions League quarter-final. Manchester City, a 2-2 draw at the Parc des Princes, a 1-0 loss at the Etihad. Out of the tournament with 3-2 on aggregate. The pattern that would define PSG's European failures for a decade started right there. Zlatan left that summer. One elite season, one quarter-final exit. Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's LRL, dominated 2024-25. Lewandowski scored 42 goals, his best at Barcelona. Rafinha finished with 34 goals and 22 assists. Yamal, at 17, led La Liga in assists with 13. All three made the team of the season. They won the domestic treble, beating Real Madrid in both cup finals. Through 36 matches together, 66 goals and 29 assists. Hansi Flick's system brought the best out of all three. But here's the thing, two ends of a football career are colliding. Lewandowski turns 38 this summer. His contract expires June 2026. This is almost certainly his final season. Yamal is 18, just starting what could be a generational career. A trio with both in their prime simultaneously and a Rafinha in top form added to the mix? Level 7, easily. The talent is obvious, the chemistry is proven. As it stands, injuries have ravaged them. Rafinha missed 2 months with a biceps femoris tear. Lewandowski spent 3 weeks out with a hamstring problem. Yamal has battled pubic discomfort and suspensions. They went 6 months without sharing a starting lineup. When they finally reunited for the Spanish Super Cup final against Real Madrid in January 2026, Barcelona won 3-2. The chemistry was instant. It's too early to judge this trio definitively, and we might not get much more time to find out. Level 5. The Domestic Giants. Dominant, ruthless, trophy-winning, within their own league. Level 5 trios conquered domestic football, but couldn't translate it to Europe. The gap between league supremacy and continental glory proved too wide. Arjen Robben, Frank Ribéry, and Robert Lewandowski. Bayern Munich, 2014 to 2018. Robbery was already legendary. Adding Lewandowski, fresh from firing Dortmund 2 consecutive titles, was supposed to complete the puzzle. 3 consecutive Bundesliga titles, DFB Pokal victories, domestic dominance uninterrupted. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Dominating the Bundesliga isn't that hard for Bayern. The financial disparity, the infrastructure advantage, the ability to sign rivals' best players, Lewandowski himself being the prime example. The Champions League was different, and Bayern kept stumbling. 2015, semi-final exit to Barcelona. Messi destroyed them 5-3 on aggregate. But, and this matters, Robben and Ribéry were both injured for the entire tie. Bayern faced MSN without their two best attackers. 2016, semi-final exit to Atletico Madrid. Robben, injured again, missed both legs. Ribéry only available for the second. Bayern won 2-1 at home but lost on away goals. Thomas Müller missed a penalty. One goal from the final. 2017, quarter-final exit to Real Madrid. This time, all three were fit and started together. Controversial officiating that Bayern's CEO called robbery. Arturo Vidal sent off for what replays showed was a clean tackle. Two Ronaldo goals that were clearly offside. They still couldn't get through. 2018, semi-final exit to Real Madrid again. All three started together, but then Robben got injured 8 minutes in. Bayern lost 4-3 on aggregate. Sven Ulreich's goalkeeping howler gifted Benzema a goal in the second leg. Another what if. 4 knockout campaigns. The full trio played together in one of them. That's the difference between level 5 and higher. This trio rarely got the chance because of injuries, and when they did, they still couldn't break through. Robben and Ribéry won the Champions League in 2013, before Lewandowski arrived. With him, domestic giants. European underachievers, unreliable bodies. Perhaps unlucky to peak in an era when Messi and Ronaldo were at their most unstoppable. 3 out of 4 Champions League exits in this period came against teams led by Messi or Ronaldo. If the trio had been fully available in all of those crucial ties, would the outcome have been different? We'll never know, and that is a part of Level 5 justification. Level 6. The symbiosis. Something shifts here. At Level 6, we take it to the next level, literally. These trios redefined what an attack could be. The chemistry is generational. Positions interchange mid-play. The understanding borders on the supernatural. Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, and Sadio Mane. In an earlier video, I placed Salah and Mane as a duo at level 2, based purely on their ego and chemistry as a pair. Individually brilliant. Together, functional but not transformative. Adding Firmino changes everything. The Brazilian was the connector, the player who sacrificed personal glory for collective function. His pressing triggered Liverpool's attacks. His intelligent movement created space for Salah and Mane to exploit. He scored far fewer goals than either winger, by design. Without Firmino, Salah and Mane were parallel runners, two players making similar movements on opposite flanks. With him, a connected unit. The triangle had a center. Here's a stat that explains it. Across 5 seasons together, 2/3 of the trio's 139 assists went to each other. But Firmino to Salah was the most common combination. The creativity flowed through the center. Firmino made the system function. 338 goals in 5 seasons. Champions League winners. Premier League champions. 30 goals between them in a single Champions League campaign, more than any trio in history. One of the most ruthless front threes English football has ever seen. But the chemistry was orchestrated through one exceptional facilitator rather than 3 interchangeable parts. The system elevated them. Without Klopp's pressing structure, without Firmino's selflessness, would Salah and Mane have produced the same numbers? That's not a criticism. It's what made it work. And it worked brilliantly. Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Carlos Tevez. Manchester United's 2007-2009 front three. Ferguson's most entertaining attacking unit. All 3 could score from anywhere. Ronaldo's evolution from tricky winger to lethal finisher was happening in real time. Rooney's aggression and technical quality made him unpredictable. Tevez's work rate created problems defenders couldn't solve. In 07-08 alone, they combined for 79 goals and 29 assists, scoring nearly 72% of United's goals that season. The 2008 Champions League triumph in Moscow validated the partnership. 2 seasons, 1 Champions League, 2 Premier Leagues. Then Ronaldo left for Madrid. Tevez departed for City. 2 seasons of brilliance, then gone. Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, and Robert Pires, Arsenal's invincibles. They didn't win the Champions League. Chelsea knocked them out in the quarter-finals the same week Manchester United ended their FA Cup run. Like Bayern's trio with Lewandowski, European glory eluded them. But what they achieved domestically? Unprecedented. 38 games, 26 wins, 12 draws, 0 defeats. The only team in Premier League history to go an entire season unbeaten. And they didn't just survive, they showed a winner's mentality. Chelsea scored in 27 seconds at Stamford Bridge. Arsenal won 2-1. Van Nistelrooy had a penalty in injury time at Old Trafford to end the run. He hit the crossbar. Henry came back from 2-1 down against Liverpool and scored a hat-trick in a 4-2 win. On the final day, Leicester took the lead. Arsenal won 2-1. They bent. They never broke. This was against Ferguson's Manchester United, the dominant force of English football, in a league widely considered the most competitive in the world. Bergkamp's intelligence, Henry's finishing, Pires' movement from the left. Invincibles. The name says everything. Level 7. The perfect storm. Chemistry, production, longevity, ultimate success. Level 7 trios don't just win, they define eras. They force opposition managers to design entire schemes specifically to contain them. They produce numbers that future generations will struggle to comprehend. Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Neymar. MSN. The most productive attacking trio in modern football history. 364 goals, 173 assists, 450 games. 3 seasons, numbers that defy comparison. What made them terrifying wasn't just the individual brilliance, it was the fluidity. Luis Enrique gave them complete freedom to interchange. One moment, Neymar was on the left, the next, he was through the middle. Messi drifted from right wing to false 9 to playmaker, sometimes within the same attack. Suarez could play with his back to goal or run the channels. Defenders couldn't mark positions because the positions kept changing. The 2014 to 2015 treble announced their arrival. 122 combined goals, a Spanish record. The Champions League final against Juventus saw all 3 contribute. Suarez scored, Neymar sealed it, Messi orchestrated everything. The following season brought 131 combined goals. Suarez outscored Messi, 40-41 in all competitions. The roles stayed fluid. Provider became finisher interchangeably. 3 South Americans who genuinely enjoyed playing together. The celebrations suggested connection beyond professional obligation. Then came the remontada. March 2017. Barcelona trailing PSG 4-0 from the first leg. What followed was perhaps the greatest comeback in football history. Neymar scored twice and created chaos. Suarez started the avalanche. Sergi Roberto's 95th-minute winner completed the impossible. You remember where you were when that goal went in? Yeah, you do. That was peak MSN. Fight, flair, and fire. When Neymar left for €222 million, an era ended. Barcelona supporters are still dreaming about that peak. Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, and Cristiano Ronaldo. BBC. 4 Champions League titles in 5 seasons. Something no trio had ever achieved. 442 combined goals, with Ronaldo contributing 249. But here's what the numbers don't tell you. Benzema's sacrifice. The Frenchman had been a 30-goal-a-season striker at Lyon. At Real Madrid, he became something else entirely. When Ronaldo played for Real Madrid, he scored between 50 and 60 goals a year. Benzema later explained, So you have to adapt. I had to move more on the pitch, give him space. I was the one who created, he was the one who finished. For 9 years, Benzema subordinated his game to make Ronaldo even more lethal. He described the trio simply. You had a rocket in Bale, a goal scorer in Ronaldo, and then there was me, the piece that made it all work. Then there's Bale, perhaps the most underappreciated player in Champions League history. 5 European Cups, 106 goals. A bicycle kick against Liverpool that belongs in a museum. Yet the narrative became golf courses and physio rooms. The injuries were relentless. 19 different injuries during his Madrid career, mostly muscle problems caused by his explosive power. The Spanish press turned hostile. The Wales, golf, Madrid, in that order banner became a symbol of alleged disloyalty. But when it mattered most, in finals, in decisive moments, Bale delivered. Big game player, perpetually undervalued. Domestically, only one La Liga title during the BBC era. Barcelona and Atletico dominated the league, while Real Madrid conquered Europe. 2014, La Decima. Bale's header against Atletico in extra time. 2016, Ronaldo's winning penalty against Atletico in Milan. 2017, the 4-1 demolition of Juventus. Ronaldo's brace. 2018, Bale's bicycle kick against Liverpool. One of the greatest goals in Champions League final history. 3 consecutive titles. No club had ever achieved that in the modern format. When Ronaldo left for Juventus, the dynasty ended. Benzema finally became the main man and won the Ballon d'Or 4 years later. The talent was always there. He'd just been playing a different role. Chemistry, tactics, timing, injuries. The difference between level 1 and level 7 is more than individual quality. Messi, Neymar and Mbappe, 3 of the best attackers on the planet. Level 3. Because individual brilliance without collective sacrifice gets exposed at the highest level. MSN and BBC sit together at level 7. Different structures, different dynamics, identical results. Trophies, records, legacies that will outlast everyone watching this. So where does your favorite trio rank? Is Bayern's Robbery Lewandowski underrated because Messi and Ronaldo set an impossible standard during the exact years they peaked? Let us know in the comments.